What's up, guys? Iden Cross here with the new Artist to Artist segment featuring Cooking with Betty White.
What's up?
Hey. What's up, man? What's up, everybody?
We just saw them play live, and you know, it's funny because we did our first segment with Ashes of Amber, and they were really fucking intense. And so far, we haven't really done any like hard rock bands or anything like that. So you guys are just as fucking intense. But, and tell me if you agree, I feel like with your music, you have to fucking go to a show to experience it. I mean, you can capture it kind of in a recording, but when I was there, you know, the energy that you had, you know,
I am getting so wet. I'm just saying, like, you know, you have to practice it a lot. That's what we worked on a lot. We perfected our music for a few years before we even started really playing shows. And you know, stage performance, or stage presence, as I'm trying to say, is a very important thing. Like, you know, if you're not showing energy, the crowd's not going to show energy, and then, you know, if the crowd's not showing energy, you're not going to have a great show. So I mean, you got to work at it the best you can and just hope shit comes out of Speaking of pure. No, you bitch! You bitch!
I'm the purist!
I'm a fucking...
I'm the purist!
There's a thing we do when we fist each other's armpits, and Marco had been fisted the least amount of time. So we called him the purist. And pretty much what it is now, it's like King of the Hill. What you gotta do is you gotta fist the person who the purist is, or convince them to fist you, because they don't know. Okay?
I like how raunchy this sounds.
No, wait. No, this isn't even close to being done, okay? So now what we do is we run around and we try to fist each other, and it turns into like a brawl. The other day we knocked him down. We put him on the ground, spread out his hands and legs, and Brandy got him, and as soon as Brandy got him, I was like, ah!
Show for like the last few weeks. I've literally like every free moment of my day, I've just been on Facebook. Hey, wanna come to my show? Hey, wanna come to my show? Hey,
yeah, we're definitely willing. Like, if you want to come to our show and you don't have a ride, we're definitely willing to give you a ride. Like, absolutely. Even if you don't live that close, you'll probably live by the venue, meaning that we always play in that Clifton area. So
exit 154 on the Parkway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get off. I know the exact way to every single venue we've ever played.
And we'll deliver tickets too, if you know.
Yeah, we're even willing to. We're willing to work for you as long as you're willing to actually come.
Find one piece of advice for any band out there. It's just don't be afraid to take risks. Like, you never, you never know until you actually go for something. Like, nothing you ever do will be perfect. Like, no, you're gonna record something. It's never gonna be perfect quality. You're never gonna have a perfect show. But that should never stop you, you know. Like, if you need to sell tickets and you see a kid, you know, just go up and talk to him. You know, the worst thing he can say is no. You know, you take risks and just don't be afraid to put yourself out there. And I think that's the most important thing. Like, you cannot be antisocial or introverted in the music scene.
What would you say is the sound of Cooking with Betty White? Like that and your influences? Because I know.
Post-metal death.
No, our genre is technical, progressive, post-metalcore. Like, what does that mean? We make it whatever we want it to be. That's Cooking with Betty White. We don't have a sound like anyone else. We have our own sound, and that's what we pride ourselves off of.
We got a little bit of Oceano, a little bit of Mice and Men, a tiny bit of Miss May, a little bit of August Burns Red, minus the Christian, a little bit,
a little bit of Asking Alexandria, a little bit of everything, you know. Sleeping with yeah, even there.
It gets sexy.
It gets sexy. It gets sexy.
What's been our best show we've been to so far?
The show we've
been to?
Yeah.
We've only been as a four together that Enter Safari show.
Yes. So
at the Skylines
was crazy.
At the Skylines.
At the Skylines is our good friends. We gave them a copy of our EP.
At the Skylines, we love you. You guys are awesome.
We love you.
Yeah.
Come back to New York City.
Yeah,
please. You're gonna be thinking about it the whole time now.
I know.
I actually have a question. How did you get a name like Cooking with Betty White?
I was waiting to do this.
We get that question
We knew this was coming. This happens a lot.
We were trying to think of the most creative name, and like we couldn't think of anything, and we were fighting, and I was just like, you know what? That's it. Cooking with Betty White is the name, and they were like, what? And I was like, nope, it's over. Cooking with Betty White.
One of the things I like is, you know, I don't even really have to ask you guys like any questions because you're so vocal about everything and how you feel. You know, you guys have your own opinions and you stick by it. You know, you don't follow what's cool or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I feel like, you know, for me personally, I mean, is there anything you guys want to say to the camera about, you know, the music scene, promoters, or anything? I mean, you know.
Fuck every motherfucker that wants us to sell tickets.
Exactly.
Fuck you!
I say to other bands, if you have a Facebook page and you have a band and you have no recorded material, but for some reason you have all these likes, I say you get some recorded material out there, because once you do that, it's only gonna go uphill from there. Coming from a band that, you know, only has like 424 likes on Facebook, like, we're just moving up this ladder, like, slowly and slowly, but, you know, we're working hard for it, and we know that it's all gonna pay off in the end. So
Yeah, what did we jump? We jumped up like
don't
100.
sell out and don't give up on yourself.
What did we do? We jumped up like 100 likes or something like that as soon as we put up like recorded material
Yeah,
on
as soon
there.
as we put out a demo.
We jumped up like 100 likes. It was amazing. And like in such a short period of time. And that just shows if you actually are willing to put yourself out there, show people what you can do instead of, you know, having hype about you. It's nice to have hype for a little bit, but it gets boring because when you don't see results from anything, you're just like, alright, so are these guys good or not? And then, you know, just putting out recordings are just a great way to show what you are, what you can do, what your band is. I'm going on a huge fucking rant right now.